Okay, welcome to the video. Coming at you from Japan, which is super cool. So slightly different setup if you've been on my other videos. But today I want to show you how you can book calls on autopilot with the IGDM ads offer funnel. Now, this we just set up for a new client. They're a online fitness coach, so their price point's a little bit lower than we typically work with. But they got 2 calls booked in the first day of launching this. They got a first sale within the first 3 days of launching this. So literally the first call that they took, they sold. They got third, fourth call booked in as well. So getting really, really good lead costs, really good cost per call and cost per sale so far. So we're at over a 10x return on ad spend. And yeah, we use this in our own business. We use this in other businesses as well. So I want to break this down. This is the Instagram DM offer funnel, and it's pretty straightforward. One of the reasons why this funnel is really good is because you can get this out really easy. This is probably the easiest funnel you can create, other than if you use the feeder funnel, but that's a little bit more complex because you have to, be really heavy on content. This you can kind of get out as like a minimum viable offer, and I'll show you 2 versions of this. The version we just launched for this client particular is literally just using ManyChat. So there's no pages, there's nothing integrated right now. We start simple to test the offer, and then we layer in other strategies as well, which I'll get into. But I'm not going to show you their ads because I don't want people, copying client campaigns, but I will show you some of our ads that we're launching. So this is kind of what it looks like, right? So online coaches over 10K a month will build you a funnel that brings in 60 plus qualified calls a month, completely done for you. Online fitness, or we're looking for 5 online fitness coaches doing 6 figures plus who want to book 60 qualified sales calls a month, completely done for you. So you can scale to 50K months. So there's a few things that's going to make this work, right? And we've tested this in different niches, but really you need to have a tangible offer. Like if you're selling life coaching and helping people become confident in the best versions of themselves, then this kind of direct offer ad is not going to work. It needs to be tangible. So fitness works really well when you have a really clear result that you get somebody. Business type offers, agency type offers, like very tangible services work really well. And we actually use this in, I have a growth partner who is a chiropractic marketing agency owner. And so they have like 50 or 60 clients now that are chiropractors. And I actually built this offer out for them years ago, and they've just kind of duplicated it across accounts, but it's basically just the same formula. The funnel is a little different for that, but it starts with the ads, and we just make an offer driven ad. So we want a market call out, right? So in this case, it's like if we wanted to test an ad for online fitness coaches, we would say online fitness coaches. We don't work specifically with online fitness coaches. That's actually a very small demographic. Like we work with, a lot of different types of coaches and agencies, but we just, with the ad level, it can be good to call out a specific audience. And so we'll test different hooks. We'll do some for agency owners as well, but these are just a couple I put together and I thought I'd show you this as an example. So qualifying statement. So this could be like, if you're B2C, so fitness, like we work with like marriage coaches, sobriety coaching, like different types of offers like that. You want the call out to be something that will resonate and people actually understand, but it needs to be like a higher demographic that actually have money if you're trying to sell high ticket over the phone. So it could be like professionals, high-end professionals, successful men, successful businessmen, successful women, like terms that, those people would resonate with. Obviously within your targeting, if you're doing B2B, it's a little bit different because online fitness coaching doing over 6 figures is like the call out and we know what kind of revenue they're at. Whereas if you're B2C, it's a little bit broader. And so that's where targeting needs to be a bit more dialed in and more specific. So we use work demographics, job titles. If you're trying to target like doctors, lawyers, dentists, architects, accountants, like those kind of high-end professionals, lawyers, you can just add those in. The audience will be quite small, but that's fine for B2C, especially if you're doing it nationally and especially if you're in the US. Like we have clients targeting in the US in these really niche demographics and it's still like 1 or 2 million. So that's fine. For my own audience, like we keep it super broad for B2B because the call out does the heavy lifting and Meta knows where to send those ads. And I have a lot of pixel data on my account, so it helps find those people easily. We want to talk about the result, right? So in this case, it's like we want to book 60 plus qualified sales calls a month. Now, for somebody who's a beginner, this isn't going to resonate, right? Because we don't work with beginners. We don't work with people at zero. We're not great at, or what we don't focus on anyway is launching brand new offers. Like we help people who are already making sales and scale with ads. So, we're speaking to that in the ad. Completely done for you. So our offer is completely done for you. So that's a unique selling point of this. And then results. So you can scale to 50K months, right? Because this is like more the process of like, they want to book 60 sales calls, but that's not the true result they want, right? They don't want sales calls for the sake of it. They want to scale to 50K plus months. We have other offers as well where or other ads that are speaking to making $1 million or even 250K a month, because there's different kind of pools within our audience, right? Some people are kind of like at 10K and want to hit 50. Some people are at 50 want to hit 100. Some people are at 100 and want to hit 250. So I test different ads and different hooks, and we can kind of see what resonates down the funnel as well. We just use a DM call to action. So message this keyword, fires off ManyChat, and then basically what we do is we set a series of questions, and through those questions, we qualify people. And so if they're disqualified, we push them away from the offer because we don't want to be jumping on calls with people that aren't qualified. And then if you have, for some clients, they have two offers. They might have like a core high ticket offer, and they might have like a low ticket offer. And then what we do is we will automatically send the traffic to the low ticket offer if they don't qualify. So we're still capitalizing on the leads they're getting, even if they're not a fit for the high ticket offer. And that way you can liquidate some ad spend quickly as well. You don't have to have that at the start. If you don't have a low ticket offer right now, don't worry about it. Just focus on the high ticket. And then what we're doing is we're asking questions around their motivations, their goals, and their sticking points. Like, why are they struggling right now? What have they tried before? What are their limitations? And then we're just presenting a cool offer. And that's the funnel step one to test it. And this is what we did with this client who literally 3 days in booked 4 calls from this. That's all they have in place right now. Now, to make this more effective, what we start doing is the next step is we add in a video sales letter, right? So at the end of the sequence, send them to a video sales letter. And this is really, it's short, snappy. It's basically just explaining the offer in more detail rather than jumping on the call to explain the offer. It's like really just diving into the details of the what is being offered, right, with the coaching or the agency service. And we have a qualification form as well. I talked about this in my last video. If you didn't watch that, then I go into a lot of detail with that. But we ask qualification questions to make sure that we're getting what's called a sales qualified lead through the door. And then they go into a call booking like Calendly or similar, and then you can send them like the automated messages and stuff there. And then you disqualify them if they're not a right fit, right? So we have this in place. If someone tries to book a call and they're not qualified, it says, thank you for taking the time to complete the survey. Currently, you do not qualify for this call, right? Simple as that. We will change this out in due course and send a mid-ticket offer to that as well. But right now, it's just geared around this. That's step 2, right? The video sales letter, that's taking it to the next level. This is all automated. Step 3 is plugging in what we call the reverse organic funnel. So this is more like your back-end marketing. This is where you're really capitalizing long-term, right? So this is a very short-term play, like a very short sales cycle. Whereas this can still be short-term, but like over time it compounds as well because you're growing your email list. Then what we're doing is we're sending an email autoresponder for a few days, sending them back to the video sales letter, and then sending them to content. That can be on YouTube or it can be other platforms, but we primarily use YouTube in our business. That's why you're watching this video. And then we direct people back to the video sales letter. So it works as, an ecosystem. And then we can do retargeting that goes back to the DMs or back to the VSL. Sometimes we use these ads as retargeting because we have follower ads running using what I call the Instagram feeder funnel. And then they feed into this as well. So few different avenues to get people into this funnel and to capitalize on it. But you don't have to build all of this out straight away. Literally just get the ads, get the ManyChat. And then from there, you can start booking calls. You can get really clear on the messaging on the front end with the ads that's working to a cold audience. Then you can start getting out the emails and the VSL and the content, because really it's like there's no point in just creating content for the sake of it. Like, you want to know what's resonating with the marketplace, and when you're asking the questions in ManyChat around people's motivations, around their goals, around what they've tried before, and around their limitations, then that helps create the content as well, right? This content isn't just random shit you're creating on YouTube. It's nurture content, it's educational content, or it's covering FAQs or objections that people have, like going deep into your methodology. Like, all of these things is really, really great for building know, like, and trust, understanding and authority for your market, and then driving them back to your core offer. But again, we don't want to create the VSL straight away because we want to test the offer to cold audience with the ads. So if we know this ad specifically is doing really well, it's getting calls booked in the DMs, then we can use this as the headline for the video sales letter. And then that's going to be, what you're sending people to. Like the video sales letter wants to match the messaging for the front end on the ad. And that's really important in general. In any funnel you're running, you want there to be a congruency of messaging through the funnel. This is where a lot of people slip up in their marketing. It's like their ads might be working, but then the next step in the funnel and the next step and the next step, they don't match up. They're talking about different things. There's conflicts in the funnel, and it means it's not very effective. So you want to make sure that the messaging is congruent without or throughout. And the way you do that is test the audience or test the messaging on the front end, drive people in, and then on the back end, you can write a VSL that's based around that. It's much faster and much easier to do that because these kind of ads are super easy to create. Like these are templates. I just edit them and they're good to go. And I can just test like 5, 10, 20 different hooks if I want to, see what resonates. And then I can adjust the VSL, right? Like my VSL isn't going to change that much, but it's more just like the headline of the VSL. So if we scroll in here on the page, right, how we can double your qualified leads and sales in 30 days, completely done for you. This was based on what was resonating in the market, but I might update that based on new testing that I'm doing, based on the feedback that I'm having in conversation in the DMs. That's going to impact the hook and the main, selling point of people watching this video. Then when people watch the video, that's when they book a call. So it all starts with the hooks that you're testing on the front end, okay? So hopefully you found this useful. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and I will see you in the next one. But if you didn't check out the last video where I'm talking about this as part of a bigger system, we're going through the 3 core funnels that we use in our business, plus, the back end with the reverse organic, that's gonna be a really, really useful video. So I'm gonna link that just next to me here, and you can check that out next. If you want this system built out for you and you want to scale to 50, 100, maybe even 250 a month in your business, depending where you're at right now, then check the VSL out below. That's going to break down our offer and basically just go through all the details and see if we can help. Where we build this all out, it's fully done for you. We build the funnels, we consult around your offer, we do all the copywriting, tech, the automations, and run all the ads and optimize the ads and constantly testing and scaling your ads as well. So if you're ready to scale and take things to the next level, check the link below, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.